Today is the video you've all been waiting for because you've been asking me in the comments about Alexander the Great, about the new mythic hero, and some of you that have been keeping your eyes open, even Henry V and Cow. So today, we're going to talk about at least 3 of those heroes because I'm going to showcase how you can actually check them out yourself in game. So if you didn't know, if you've been sleeping under a rock, you can go into the good old military exercise campaign. And if you complete this actual campaign, 50 out of 50, and even later on the test server, I believe you can get a little bit extra when it comes to the stages. You're going to actually be able to preview the marches. And as you guys know, if you click on any of these, like the cavalry one, you'll recognize all of the heroes that are in the game here. You've got the basic Hannibal march, even the El Cid Cav march, and the Attila kind of crit march with King Arthur in there. So when you go along to the final boss and actually click on it, you're going to see some new faces, and this is where people are now kind of opening their eyes to see what potential could be coming to Age of Empires Mobile. And I'm going to be on that same bandwagon because we've got Alexander the Great here for the Martial, Pikemen, and Infantry lineup. So you've got now 2 commanders, which is technically Julius Caesar and Alex here, that can work together in that martial infantry role, and maybe you can just circumvent this with a tavern hero that might be okay to kind of support that role for the final slot, right? But Alexander the Great, how do we obtain him? We don't know. I'm going to be honest, no one knows how we're going to obtain any of these heroes, or if the mythic hero in the game is going to be a mythic hero, and we're going to kind of go into that when we approach it. But Alexander the Great, let's go over his skills so you guys kind of know what you've got to play with, right? His commander skill is kind of cool if you put him in that commander role. Recovers a certain quantity of units of your troops. The recovery rate is 128.14%, and it's a strategy bonus and might bonus scaling, meaning this commander could have really good might and strategy. So depending on what way you want to build him in that talent tree, in your gems, and obviously in the gearing, is going to make, depending how good this scales up. On top of that, though, you increase the skill damage of yourself by 5.36%, and this obviously grants 100 initial rage upon entering battle. So you only need 200 rage to activate it, and you're gonna go boom, right? So not too bad, it's okay. Depends if you want to play a bit selfishly, but I do think when you see his actual main skill, well, you want to put him in more of a supportive role. So here is heroic resilience, and again, guys, this skill could change. This could not be the real skill. This is just something that everyone's assuming is correct because every other commander in the military exercise has their correct skills. This is going to be a turn-based skill, meaning when you enter combat, turn 1, you will trigger this instantly, and then you're gonna have to wait the 6 seconds. So it recovers your troops units once every 6 seconds on strategy and might bonus. You got a nice recovery rate of 110% there, but you also reduce the damage they take by 10% for 3 seconds, and then at the same time there's a 12% chance to grant damage immunity state for 1 second, and during this state you will obviously ignore all damage, full stop, increase the damage of the commander's next skill by 20%. So that is a guarantee. So this is a very loaded skill if you guys have not guessed it. You've got a load of things going on. So basically, you're going to recover some troops every 6 seconds, but then this is where you're going to have some really good bits because you got the reduction on, which is guaranteed for 3 seconds, but you might hit that 12% chance for 1 second to get damage immunity, kind of similar to Yodit's damage immunity state if you guys are trying to look for something similar to kind of compare what this is doing, but also it guarantees an increase of your main commander skill by 20%. So this is why you don't really need him in the commander slot. You probably do want Julius Caesar, Octavian, or even Ramcam in that primary slot when you're going to be running this hero, right? So when we're coming into his other skills, you can see he has recover your units after 6 normal attacks after your troop launches, which is protracted battle, and spirited pursuit on the equip. But you can go into the more skills and see what you have to offer. So this is going to be formation attack. If we go over on max rank level 40, so you guys know exactly what you're getting out of this, every 12 seconds, 215% might damage. It's not too bad, right? It's a nice little bot, but you would probably get rid of this first for one of the legendary skills that we're going to go over. But you do get fortification, which is a really good one too. You are going to get that guarantee recover anyway, so you might as well potentially save this if you want to go for more budget build, if this is the obviously set up on Alexander the Great when he comes into the game, or if he comes into the game. This is going to give you 110 armor, and it's just a free skill, and it's just a really good one, to be honest, that you can just have, give you a little bit of a cheaper build. So then you got King's Blade, and this is a really good turn 1 skill to put on. I would recommend putting this into your build if you're able to. Giving everyone a 30% increase in all damage is kind of nuts on turn 1, and it does give you a really decisive victory. But then when we go into it, we've got the protracted battle, which we've seen after 6 normal attacks, we're gonna basically recover units. Then we've got triple offensive, and this is a really powerful one, which I do like even on Octavian. This is randomly triggers one of the following effects every 9 seconds on the enemy troop. You either deal might damage, and it's 400% might bonus, deals strategy damage, which is 400%, or you're going to increase the damage they take by 32%. So either way, you're going to hit them hard with might or strategy, which is going to be good for marshals anyway. But then you also have the ability to potentially increase your damage, they increase their damage they take by 32%. So I do love this skill, really good one that you can have on. And then you got the ending one, Peaceful Haven. So after you recover units, you can get that 100% guarantee on a 20% troop reduction. So Alexander the Great does have some really good skills that you can go down, right? You could go down triple offensive with King's Blade, or you could even go and just fit in the Peaceful Haven and keep fortification, and that would be a super tanky budget build instead of going for a more damage orientated build for your Alexander the Great. So really cool hero. I'm gonna be honest, I'm looking forward to if he comes into Age of Empires Mobile, because as you guys have been hearing, I keep having to say if, because we don't know if he comes into the game or if he doesn't. If he does, I imagine he might be in the next generation, because we've got the support generation right now with obviously the Charlemagnes, the Saladins, the Mehmeds, as well as Mansa Musa. So afterwards, they might bring in some more support or damage dealers to now fit and actually, you know, give you a bit more flexibility in your hero choices in the future. So that's Alexander the Great for you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed that breakdown. And then we've got Henry V here, and he's an active attack-based martial archer. So he's only got one polarity, meaning that Saladin that you guys have been looking at in that recent video does have a potential partner for him. So his main range commander skill here is deal strategy damage up to 3 enemy troops in front of him. So he has a nice built-in AoE, and he grants himself 150 rage upon entering battle. So you only need 150 rage for this to generate, which isn't too bad, because as you guys know, you are now going to be pairing him with Saladin, which is a raged builder, and his skill, Peerless Genius, says deal strategy damage to the enemy troop, but increase your troop rage by 12 per second for 3 seconds. So that again is going to make this machine gun out. So you're going to be machine gunning AoE damage with Henry V and a Saladin, and whoever is going to fit that 3rd slot for the martial archers in the future. It's a very basic ability, but it could be very powerful because of how much rage generation this March is potentially going to be running with that Saladin. Here, the March does run War Tactic and Spirited Pursuit. But if we go into, again, all of their skills, we can see, again, what everyone is running here. We've got Boulder Trap as your epic skill. Enter the charging state, deals a massive chunk of damage. I would get rid of this as fast as possible. And then you got Fervor. For the first 18 seconds after entering battle, increase all of your heroes' might, armor, and strategy by 15, and increase your troops' rage by 3.5. This skill is actually a really good skill. I'm not gonna lie. For 100% activation chance, again, for a budget build for this hero, you could definitely keep Fervor and just replace this Boulder Trap with anything better that you would like in the legendary options. And the first one we get is War Tactics. Deal strategy damage to the enemy troops is a 208% bonus, and it recovers your troops unit count, which is kind of nice as well, 150%. So it depends if you want that recovery and a bit of a bop, you can go down that route. We've got conflagration, so if you want to go down the burn route with this march, you can go down that, which could be interesting for certain builds. And then you got ultimate strategy, just the biggest single instant status of boom damage you can deal, right? 350% strategy on a one-hit combo on this, right? So maybe this could be something, but I don't think it will be. But then you got Strategy's Master's Gift. So it increases the hero's strategy damage by 30% and the activation chance of signature active skills by 15%. Which this could be a really good skill just to have on him, because you got to remember, we've got a 35%. So now with just one skill and the fervor, you got a 50% chance of activating this skill, giving you that rage, and the fervor giving you rage, and just general stats. Looks like Henry could be really good built on a budget build for a lot of players in the future. So this is why I kind of wanted to make this video and kind of showcase all of these new heroes that people have been talking about and been waiting for me to cover on this channel for obviously Age of Empires Mobile. So now we're coming to the final one, and this is the one which has caused the most controversy. Hatshepsut, I want to say. Hatshepsut, right? So this is an Egyptian-based commander, and we've got another martial archer. So meaning with Saladin and that Henry V, you can combo this potential hero with them. And this is going to be a mythic-based hero, as you saw in the portraits. If we come back out, the way you know this is because of the way the backgrounds are. So you can see how Saladin and Henry have all got the yellow, golden, legendary background, while you've got this hero with the mythic. And just to kind of compare that, you can come down and find, I believe, there we go, King Arthur against obviously two legendary heroes, which you know, which is Harold and Attila. So a lot of people are wondering, is this hero gonna be mythic or not? And we don't know. We honestly don't know until we get information from the dev team. And hopefully the devs watch this video, really like the way I've approached it, and maybe hit me up in the DMs, hit me up on email, right? And maybe talk about the future heroes coming to the game, because I think I would love to do that in a little interview for you guys. So this is going to be the hats. I'm going to just call it hats, right? We've got hats here for the Egyptian martial archers, and her commander skill seems cracked, guys. Deal strategy damage up to 3 enemy troops nearby. So you're already doing the same thing that Henry V is doing, but the damage rate is 308% strategy bonus and recovers your units that is equal to 7.4% of the skill damage. So basically, whatever damage you've dealt to those targets, you're healing that back, equivalent, I believe, to this damage done, right? When the total strategy attribute of all of your heroes is higher than the enemy heroes, the Dragon Incarnation will deal an extra strike of strategy damage, and the damage rate is 100% strategy bonus. Every 1 point of strategy advantage increases the damage rate of an extra damage by 2%, going all the way to 200% extra damage. Now this seems bonkers, right? Because obviously her kit is gonna allow us at some point to steal strategy. It's gonna have to, in order to make this work for this commander. So now imagine a Saladin giving you that rage. You've got the further Henry V giving you that rage. You're definitely going to be pumping this out as often as possible. So really powerful commander skill here for this hero. And when you look at her now signature ability, your penalty of Ammon, whew, what a skill. Deals strategy damage to the enemy troop, 205% strategy bonus, and reduce the might, strategy, and armor of all enemy heroes by 42. So this is where you're going to be trying to create that deficit where your strategy should be higher than theirs, now giving you the combo for the Eye of Horus to get that dragon incarnation to deal even more absurd damage that this match could be dealing, right? So really cool skill. Honestly, Commander looks insane for Age of Empires Mobile, and they've given her the Strategy Master's Gift and Ultimate Strategy combo here. But when we look at her skills again, you do have the option for Fervor, and we've already discussed how well we love Fervor here. So this could be a good, again, budget option to have for the purple slot. Enraged Strike, I would avoid this, but it's not too bad either. Deal strategy damage 140, but the real power of this is giving you that extra 20 rage too. So you got this plus the Fervor plus the rage of the Saladin and the Henry V now. You should be machine gunning that commander skill out no quicker than anyone. Like, this should be the fastest commander skill base match in the game. That's what I'm going to confidently say, potentially with the Martial Archer match, which could be a really cool way to play the game, where you're basically all your damage is in the commander skill and not in your signature, ability. That's just kind of a way to promote it. So really cool, really cool. We've got Conflagration. We know what this does. Not too bad. A nice little burn skill, so you could go down the burn route. You got War Tactics again. Really good skill. Deal strategy damage and recovery. So I probably would put this on this match just to make sure you are winning over the long period, because it seems like you need this to charge up on that commander skill. Ultimate Strategy, we've seen now, deal 1 instance of strategy damage, and then you got Strategies Master's Gift, which is increased the strategy damage by 30% and the activation trigger chance of active skills by 15, right? So what I would suggest personally, I actually do think the War Tactic and Strategy Master's Gift would be the combo if you're going to go down it. Otherwise, you could probably keep both of these on. It sounds crazy, but the Rage is probably the way you want to play this match in order to take advantage of this skill with this skill and the other commanders we've kind of discussed today on the video. So there we go. Attack Commander. We've got brand new Hatsheput, however we pronounce it, right, on the channel. So those are the 3 new commanders that you can look at, and there is, as I said, I believe, Cow in the game. And if you guys want me to do another video specifically on just looking at Cow and what he could be doing, let me know in the comment section down below and we can try and have a look at that. It is just somewhere in the game. I think it's on one of the barbarians or one of the kind of troop base events on the world map, and that's how you're able to find him. So we'll be able to check that out if we want to. So a little bit different. I hope you guys have been enjoying the different content of testing, obviously a little bit of entertainment with obviously the Mightiest Empire, and now obviously showcasing some more new heroes. If you've been living under the rock, now you're up to date. Now you know what everyone's been talking about when it comes to the new mythic hero for Age of Empires Mobile. So with that, smash like, comment, and subscribe. It's been a pleasure, and until the next video, stay safe, guys. Stay sneaky. Peace out.